In this tutorial, we'll learn how to apply dynamic fields to our custom content templates. So these will create input fields for our administrators to populate when utilizing our custom template. And this could be, for example, an embedded code snippet. It could be used for an image, a body of text, file upload, and so much more. So what we'll actually be doing in this tutorial is replacing these two pieces of static text that we created in the last tutorial. So we're going to have one which is a page title, which we want to be able to populate as part of the content template, and one which is a description, which again we want to be able to populate when using the content template itself. And the way in which we do this is with these fields down at the bottom. So these provide an area for our administrators to input data when utilizing our content templates. So if I click on Add New Field, the only information it needs at this stage is a field name and a field type. So I'll put in a field name, and then the field type, you'll see we've got multiple things we can choose from, including text box, text area, checkboxes, images, file uploads, and much more. In this case, I'm going to choose a text box and click on Create. And that will create our initial field. I'm going to create a second one, which is for the description. And this one's going to be a paragraph of text. So it could be a text area or a WYSIWYG, depending on what you require. Now, if we expand these fields, they do have their own specific set of additional controls. So things like if you want to specify a default value, which is in there when you first utilize the content template. If you want to put a description, if you want to change the placeholder, which is the text that gets put into the actual HTML markup, you can do so. Some of the more advanced controls here we're going to cover in future tutorials further down the line. So next we need to make sure these dynamic fields are referenced in our HTML markup code. So as mentioned a second ago, we take these placeholders, which can also be taken from this column here, and then put those directly into our HTML markup. So I can just copy the placeholder and paste it exactly where I want its contents to be able to appear. We'll click Save and Continue. And then we're actually going to take a look at what those changes have done to our content page setup. So first off, I'm going to go to the actual content page setup itself. If you reload, there's no problem, but you might need to refresh if you've already got the tab open. So I'm just going to refresh that. And you can see now that we're still using the same content template, but now we have a couple of additional fields available to input data. So we've got our page title, which we just created as a field, and our description. And these are already linked to our HTML markup code. So the contents of these should now, once I save this, be placed on the actual content page itself. So let's give that a go. If I save that particular content page, refresh the front end, and we see that it's now been populated as expected.